What is going on, guys? You already know who it is. Back at you again with another video. This time we're actually going to do a proper install of GT Racing 2. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, GT Racing 2 was a Gameloft product in which actually had been discontinued from everything besides, I believe, Windows Store. But I don't think anybody would want to even consider playing that version. But basically, we're going to be showing a brief tutorial on how to be able to download this particular mod by Tech J5 Gaming, if I'm even saying that correctly. He's the man when it comes down to this. It makes me really happy to know that he actually really cares about the classic Android gaming as opposed to that. He's like kind of like the retro version of me in a sense, where he actually goes and puts these modifications for these classic Gameloft games, and it doesn't necessarily have to be classic Gameloft games. It can also be other particular games of that nature as well. Just briefly, also to include that I apologize for not necessarily being around in terms of uploading and so forth. I know that I've been very busy with IRL, so I apologize in advance. For those who are messaging me on Discord and YouTube about the Need for Speed links, those will be updated as well too. But basically, this is going to be a tutorial again to show you guys. And again, this method can be used for Android devices and Android emulation. But keep in mind, it's either Android 12 or below that. I've tested it on multiple emulators because that's basically the only way I could be able to play my Android games. And it's worked for Android 12 and even below that. So yeah, let's get started. So in order to be able to download this particular file, you're gonna have to be sure to disable the internet, because you guys can't play this offline mod. The GT Racing 2 mod is offline, so you have to make sure to do that whether you're on emulation or on Android. You also have to download CX File Explorer, because CX File Explorer is the only way that you're gonna be able to drag the OBB. At least what I understand. I'm sure that there's other file explorers out there on the Google Marketplace that could do the same thing, but we're just going to go into the main storage and we're going to drag this to the OBB and paste it. Same way that you would do on Android. Once it's done, right? Once it's done, we're going to go and we're going to install the APK. And as I specifically stated before, when you download it off of the link, there's a 60 FPS, a 90 FPS, and 120 and 144. So we're just gonna get 120. And keep in mind that sometimes the game force closes. Just keep trying to open as many times as possible, but make sure that you don't have your internet on when you're actually trying to play this game. So of course it gives that message, and as you could tell, it opens the game. Very simple. I know some people have complications and they say to themselves like, man, like this doesn't work, but Android 12, Android 9, and I believe Android 10 actually operates this game with no problem. And as you could tell, it has unlimited everything. You can see for yourself. And then which you could start from the beginning, of course, which is pretty cool. When it comes down to the cars, you have all the cars here. So yeah, that's a simple installation for this particular ordeal. Remember, and I'll backtrack it again, it's gonna come in a zip file, at least in terms of the OBB portion of the game. So the OBB portion of the game, as I stated, if you're not an emulator and you're on Android, just WinRAR it and then just copy and paste it or move it using CX File Explorer. So two particular I believe applications that you would use to install it. But again, it's very simple to do this. And just a disclaimer as well too, if you have troubles opening the game, just keep opening it, and eventually it will work. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this video, and I hope that it was extremely helpful for you guys. I know a lot of you guys want to play classic games and so forth, and as have I as well too. Being a retro enthusiast, you want to be able to explore different options. I've been a fan of GT Racing since the very start, and it was such a shame for it to be discontinued, as well as Asphalt 7 and so forth. But hopefully, the link that I provide can actually help you guys explore it, because Tech J5 Gaming, which I'll give a big shout out in the link of the description as well too, with the link provided for GT Racing, because guys like that and people who mod into these type of games is what actually continue for us to thrive in the retro spec of gaming, because there's a lot of particular products out there that they're not that bad in terms of gameplay and so forth, but it just seems like the gaming universe is a bit saturated. Just because I play new games doesn't necessarily mean that I enjoy most of them. There's not a lot of ones that are actually really good, but you know, when it comes down to being a retro enthusiast, again, it's always good to be able to go back to these games that you actually really enjoy, whether you're somebody who likes to play retro Android games on your device, or you like to emulate them on PC, or whatever. It's your preference. Nobody should really have to bring you down or talk down to you because you have a preference. At the end of the day, it's what you decide and what you want to actually game on and so forth. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be doing more and more videos based off of these particular games, because I definitely do enjoy it. Hopefully, my next video you guys actually find very interesting, because we're gonna try to walk through on downloading Asphalt 7 and some other games as well too. So yeah, that's it for this particular video. Again, I will upload the links, or at least update the link, sorry, for Need for Speed RTX mods and so forth. Again, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. This is Synergy signing out, and excuse my horrible driving in this game, and peace out.